What's up guys, Eclipse here. So note that this is taken the same day as the update sort of video because obviously I'm wearing the same outfit and it's the same background. So this is one of my con horror stories. I don't know how long the story is gonna take, but it also kind of explains where some of my characters have gone and why I no longer cosplay them. There's no content of them. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Sangwoo. Sangwoo was the first actual cosplay I technically did. That was the first cosplay I did back in high school, so that was actually the starting cosplay. The first video on this channel was Tamaki, which he's been revamped, by the way. But yeah, so Sangwoo was my first ever actual cosplay. That's what I got a lot of attention for at first, and that's what really inspired me to actually get more into cosplay because it was something that I really enjoyed doing. But besides all of that, there's a few reasons I don't cosplay him anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, I really want to bring him back out eventually at another con or something, but as of now, I am hesitant to do it. Just some instances where people were like, just stupid things like, how could you cosplay a character that's so like violent, like how could you cosplay from that like just stuff like that. But one of the key things was, so Sangwoo went to Glass City Con, which is my first ever cosplay con. Didn't have too many issues. I actually met one of my really good friends there, and they ended up going with me to Ikatsu Con. Ikatsu is where I had originally actually had my first con experience the year before. So the last year of Ikatsu, I cosplayed Sangwoo with my friends who had gone with me. They were my Yunbum. And this isn't like a major thing, but it just kind of made me a bit nervous more about the character. So basically what happened was we were supposed to meet up with some friends that night, and they were going to help me film a CMV, which eventually got posted. It's the killing stalking one. I think there's only one on this channel. So they were going to help us do that. We were supposed to meet up for photo shoots, stuff like that, because I was the only Sangwoo cosplayer at that con, at least that day. I think I saw another one the next day. But what do you want? What do you want? You want to come inside? Is that what you want? Come on. Come here, yo. Oh, you're my girl. Oh. I want to meet my dog. Yeah. Say hi. Say hi. Oh, you're heavy. But I love you. That's my good girl. Hey, sit. Turn up. Hey. Georgia. Go go. Georgia. Outside. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Georgia. Come on, babe. You gonna behave? You gonna behave? You wanna go outside and play? Okay, fetch. Come on. Come on. Good girl. This is why I don't bring the dog in when I film. Anyways. Don't look at me like that. Okay, back to the story. Sorry. But yeah, so we were walking around the dealer's hall. I don't really remember where I left off, but we were walking around the dealer's hall, and like, you know, we're just chilling, walking around. Just people would ask us for photos. It was fine, whatever. Well, this one, don't know their pronouns, but I think they presented as she, so I'm going to refer to them as she. Oh, you're heavy, dog. She just kind of gave me really weird vibes. I noticed she was kind of following us, not really. Like, she was just kind of walking in the same direction, which is fine because, you know, conventions. But we got to a fairly open area. It was back, if you've ever been to Katsucon, back where kind of the, like, I don't know if they're voice actors. I forget right now, but I think they were the voice actors at this con, would sit. So, like, it's a pretty open area back there right now because, like, nobody was back there. Like, the voice actors were gone, so there was no reason to be back there, really. There weren't any vendors or anything. We were just kind of back there to do talks for a second because I can't be in large crowds for a long time sometimes, especially since that was, like, still a newer thing to me. I'm fine now, but, and this girl, followed us back there, and I was just like, okay, and then she comes up in front of us and, like, grabs my friend, and I was just, okay, and she's like, you need to get away from him, just, basically claiming I was actually the character, like, I was actually an abusive person, is how I felt. They were saying it, I could have completely misinterpreted it. I'm sure they were just playing around, but for me, having really bad social anxiety, it was kind of a thing of, like, you're accusing me of actually beating them, and they were basically trying to insist on my friend to follow them and get away from me, and, like, claiming that I was actually beating them, like, he's so abusive, like, just get away from them, like, come with me, you'll be safe, and I was just, excuse me, and, like, I grabbed my friend, and I was, like, trying to get them, and I got them, like, I was trying to get them behind me, and, like, she kept trying to grab them, and I was just, like, okay, that's enough. Did not appreciate that, but basically throughout the entirety of, it was probably maybe only 2 minutes until they walked away finally, they were accusing me of actually beating my friend who was in Yunbum, because they had the bandages and everything. I was walking around with a plastic bat. I don't think they fully, this person just really, I think they were just messing around, but, for me it just felt too real, like they were actually accusing me of abusing my friend, and, like, I don't actually stand for that. I just really enjoyed the comic, because the art style is fantastic, and I love the plot, and, like, it's a psychological horror, and I always loved horror stuff, and, like, I could, like, it just, like, it really, I know it has, like, a lot of moments where, like, it's, PTSD inducing sometimes, even if you're just reading it, it's not actually portraying in front of you, so, like, I can completely get why some people don't like it, and some people do, like, it depends on the person. I know people who can't read it, but for me, it just felt like she was actually accusing me of being Sangwoo in real life, like, yeah, but other than her, that con was just, it was fine. I met a lot of cool people, and that's really where, I got everything kicked off for me with cosplay, how I fell in love with it, how I managed to improve so much in, like, that short amount of time, but yeah, so she's one of the main reasons I don't cosplay that character anymore, because after that whole incident, I took Sangwoo to one other con, and not the same thing happened, but I was accused of being that character, like, in real life, like, they were like, you wouldn't cosplay that character if you didn't relate to them, so yeah, that just kind of really ruined Sangwoo for me, and Sangwoo was my first cosplay, and I still love my cosplay of that character, but I'm just afraid of taking it anywhere, in fear of somebody actually accusing me of that again, so that's kind of my con horror story with him, and why I don't really cosplay him much anymore. I'm sure in the future I can bring him back out, but as of now, after those few experiences, I'm just kind of reluctant to bring him back out, and I also did dye my hair because I was using my hair before, but yeah, so just tidbit, don't try to tell somebody they're basically that character, even if they're just even if they're cosplaying the character, they're not acting in character, like, don't accuse them of things, please, like, it's not fun, like, I was actually really afraid that they thought I was actually like that, like, I personally can't tell if somebody's joking with me or not a lot of times. I really don't understand sarcasm. So just be careful what you say to people, because it can really actually affect someone, even if you're just joking. They may not realize you were joking. But yeah, so that's basically the con horror story with Sangwoo. It's not a major one, but it was definitely one of the first things that happened to me, because that was literally the second con I'd cosplayed at. So yeah, out of the entire story, out of this whole experience, just watch what you say and make sure that they understand that you're joking. Basically what to say about it. But yeah, so instead of rambling, I'm just gonna end it here. But yeah, so if you guys like the con horror stories and you think it's a series I should keep going, let me know in the comments down below. Skit ideas, CMV ideas, all that stuff, you know the drill. Comment that down below. I will link my social medias down below. Again, I'm on TikTok. TikTok and Musical.ly are the same freaking thing. Wow. And Instagram. I don't post on Instagram or YouTube as much as I used to. I'm trying to get back into it. I'm trying to create actual content again. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next week. Eclipse out. Love you.